Hello, I'm Rodney Beckford, your host, and welcome to The Lowest Common Denominator. Now, this isn't one of those comedy panel shows where funny people say funny things for points that mean nothing, while all the time surreptitiously saying intelligent things about life and society in general. The fact is, we couldn't afford anyone that clever, so we just got a group of talentless hacks who rely on dick, fart and arse jokes.
My act is more than dick, arse and fart jokes, thank you very much. Although, dick jokes are my favourite.
Talentless? That's a bit strong, isn't it?
You forgot the toilet humour.
I'll have you know, without acts like mine, how will the rest of you know where the bar is?
It tends to be downstairs, depending on which pub you're in. And you can't miss it. Big shelf, lots of bottles behind it.
You're normally leaning up against it 10 minutes before dying on stage, and then spend rest of the evening crying into a double gin and tonic at it.
Oh, it's all right, dear. Day cocktails make her catty. I'll get her back.
Joining the team captains are Royston Jones and Tina Roberts.
I'll have you know, I haven't died on stage once so far. This calendar year.
That's because we've been locked down. And you mute it yourself over Zoom for your shows.
I did wonder why I couldn't hear any laughing.
You're so used to that. You obviously thought it was going well.
What can I say about the team captains, Phil Bennett and Ita Smith, both of whom went to Oxford and Cambridge? Motorway services.
I went to the outlet shopping village at Bicester. Got a pair of Ugg boots for £70.
What about you, Phil? What was your excuse for going to Cambridge?
The last time I was in Cambridge, I was the back end of a pantomime horse.
Now, on other shows, that would be a setup for a punchline like this.
Bet that's not the first time you made a horse's arse of yourself.
I'd really like to say, stick with us, folks. The jokes are going to get a lot better than that. But they're not.
You do know we can still hear and see you when you do that, don't you?
Don't worry, viewers, they can't.
Look, there are people who, if they're going to continue to watch or haven't left yet, that are going to need stuff explaining to them.
Do you mean people with learning difficulties, special needs and are mentally challenged?
No, they're fine, they'll get it.
You mean thickos? Conspiracy theorists and Daily Mail readers?
Don't be silly! Daily Mail readers don't watch the internet. To them, the internet's just a 20-year fad. They're still hoping CFEX and Teletext are going to make a comeback.
You mean Americans, Phil. We all know you mean Americans.
No, wait, not all of them.
Just the ones who voted for Donald Trump.
Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, do we need to launch Thunderbird 1 or something?
Rodney, have you forgotten to clear your browser history again?
Is launching Thunderbird 1 anything like dropping the kids off at the pool?
No, that would be launching Thunder Turd 4 from Thunder Turd Poo.
Oh, that didn't last long, did it? 3 minutes in, and we are already on our second toilet gag.
Let me explain. That sound means the panel have strayed into territory that's too easy to make a joke about, or they've mentioned an unmentionable.
Ooh, what are the unmentionables?
Take a guess.
COVID, Brexit, Farage and Trump.
Don't you want us to make jokes about the tangerine-in-chief anymore?
That's former tangerine-in-chief. Trump bashing's way too easy. That's for those other shows. We're way better than that.
No, we're not.
The people that will watch this show will expect a higher calibre of hilarity, witticism and humour.
No, they won't.
Because of the disclaimer at the start, they're expecting to see a bit of boob or bollock.
We just had Thunderbird 2 do a splash landing, and you're telling me we can't take the piss out of the worst president of all time?
I bet you George Bush Jr. is glad he's no longer the holder of that title.
There are these African dictators who are embarrassed by him. Oh, for sure. He's taught a playbook on how to be an African dictator. But he could not even rig an election, which is the first chapter.
Even yet more proof he can't read.
I'm just saying, let's try not to go for the obvious jokes. Keep this show out of the gutter.
Why are you looking at us?
Because you pair can drag a conversation down faster than the suction toilet on a 747.
Okay, I hear ya. But can I just say, it wasn't a splash landing, it was a plop down.
What did I just say?
I know. But I need the points for my comedy licence. Alright, that's it. I'm done now.
Seriously? Thunder Turd Poo? And we can't mention the Cockwombling Chief?
In round 1, teams must come up with an inscription for a tombstone. It can be for somebody famous, alive, or dead, or just a funny inscription. Ita and Royston, you're up first.
This one's for all suicide bombers. I've been here 10 days now. When do the 72 virgins arrive?
I don't want to alarm anyone, but the afterlife looks nothing like the brochure.
I've changed my mind. Can I be cremated? It's cold down here.
Royston, do you have one more?
This one's from Margaret Thatcher. I don't care how long the line is, they can't all dance on my grave.
That's a good one. I like that. Phil, what do you and Tina have for us?
Tina, would you like to go first?
This is for a husband and wife who, in the end, didn't like each other very much.
I stayed with him out of spite, but I buried him at sea for the day trip to Bognor.
Oh, this one is for Michael Jackson's chimp, Bubbles. Thanks for all the bananas.
This is for someone who had a nut allergy.
Is this a serious enough reaction for you?
And one more, Phil.
This one is for Prince Philip. May he rest in peace. They say over the years I offended a lot of people. Well, to them, I would like to say, bugger off.
Lady Thatcher not getting any sleep is the winner for me, so that's 4 points. Prince Philip, the day trip to Bognor, and the 72 virgins all get 2 points.
Oh, come on. Thanks for all the bananas. That's a classic.
You should have done your diet up a bit.
Thanks for all the bananas, you nunts.
Moving on to round 2. A player from each side is given a name and the opposition have to guess who they are by asking questions. If they get it right, they get 2 points. If they get it wrong and the opposition team member gets it right, then they get 4 points. And if nobody guesses right, then I guess we're going to have to come up with a new game for round 2. Is that clear?
We've got to do what now?
Basically, it's Guess Who. You know, the old board game where you flip down the cards until you can narrow it down to who it could possibly be.
And how are we supposed to know who we are?
Ha! Here's a clever bit. Phil, if you look in your cutlery drawer, you should find an envelope.
What?
Come on, get on with it.
How the hell did you...
Magic of television, baby.
No, seriously. How did you...
Just look at the name on the card. Do you know who that person is?
Yes, I know who they are.
Then we'll begin. Ita and Royston, you're up first. You have a minute to figure out who Phil is. Tina? Pay attention.
I was just thinking to myself, when did my career start sliding off the rails?
Way before this debacle?
Phil can make it hard for the opposition, but easy for you. However, you only get one question and one guess. So, Phil, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Thanks to your break-in and look of his face, he looks more like a candidate for victim support.
It wasn't a break-in. Nothing important was taken. In fact, it was the opposite to whatever a break-in is.
A Deliveroo?
Oh yeah, only the guy on the moped roots around in the kitchen drawers, makes the cutlery face in the same direction, and then leaves an envelope for an online comedy panel show. Yeah, perfectly normal.
Only animals mix up cutlery and leave it pointing in all directions. Phil, your minute starts now.
Are you male or female?
Female.
Dead or alive?
Alive.
Are you an actress?
No.
Are you a model?
No, but I bet she wouldn't get out of bed for less than £10,000.
What's my area of expertise?
Politics.
Margaret Thatcher.
She's dead! And I queued in line for the chance to dance on her grave.
Nicola Sturgeon.
No.
Theresa May?
No.
What's her face? The short little mean girl. The one with the cheekbones? The Home Secretary.
Priti Patel?
No.
Are you Labour, Conservative or Lib Dem?
None of them.
What? How can you be none of them?
I don't know, I just am.
Are you on the right or on the left?
The left.
20 seconds.
Angela Merkel. Christine Lagarde.
No, Lagarde is a central banker.
Is that Cockney rhyming slang?
If it wasn't before, it is now.
I can't think of any more female politicians.
Diane Abbott, Anne Widdecombe, Boris Johnson.
No. And the last one's a total dick. And I'm a lady.
Right, that's time. It's all down to Tina. Ask a question and get it right, you get 4 points. Get it wrong, and Eata's team gets 2 points.
Are you an American politician?
Yes, I am.
Okay, well, off the top of my head, I can only name 3 female politicians. They're all Democrats.
Who are they?
Nancy Pelosi, Hillary Clinton, and Kamala Harris.
Which are you going for?
Oh, God. I'll go for Vice President Kamala Harris. No! I meant Hillary Clinton.
Game show rules, I'm afraid. I must take your first answer. And the correct answer is...
Hillary Clinton. Oh, God. I can't believe I lost that. I was so close.
Which is exactly what she said in November 2016, but with a lot more furious anger and gratuitous swearing.
I bet she had to get at least 20 minutes of fuck shits and bollocks out of the way before phoning Donald Trump to concede.
Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, yes, you did. That's a point deduction for mentioning an unmentionable.
I'm sorry, it was an instinctive reaction. I've had 4 years of expressing just what a tool he is. You can't just turn it off like that.
Yes, a Pavlovian response. Someone says dickhead, everyone goes, what's twatface tweeted now?
How the nuclear launch codes never ended up on Twitter is beyond me.
My mum always told me it's mean to make fun of people who are less fortunate, weaker than you, or who have some mental impairment.
Yes, but he's the very definition of white privilege. Stinking rich, a complete bellend, and as thick as shit. That's got to make him fair game.
He needed complicated things explained to him via hand puppets. I mean, you know you're in trouble when the special president advisor is Miss Piggy and the Cookie Monster's attached to the State Department.
It's proof that only in America, with enough money, any idiot can become president.
Now you say that, but how come we ended up with Boris Johnson?
Just unlucky, I guess. It could have been Michael Gove.
Either way, they're both Muppets.
Take away Boris's money, privilege and posh background, and he's just like any other guy on my estate. 7 kids, 4 different partners, living in rented accommodation, creaming it in off the taxpayer.
Up next, it's Eata and Royston. Royston, take a look under your driver's seat. You should find your envelope.
What? You're kidding me, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Not so funny now, is it?
I'm sure this is some kind of human rights violation.
Yeah, but it's not on a par with the Uyghur Muslims or Syrian and Rohingya refugees.
Well, we don't know, do we? I mean, for all we know, the Chinese authorities might be forcing Uyghurs to watch this show on the internet.
Really? Why?
As punishment for trying to hold on to their ethnic identity, traditions and religious beliefs.
Just in case this show is going out in China and you're a Uyghur Muslim being unfairly punished and being forced to watch this show, know that we stand with you and not the Chinese authorities.
Yeah, absolutely. We support your right to religious freedom and those of persecuted people throughout the world.
We'd also ask the British government and other democratic states to continue putting pressure on China, Myanmar and Syria and just let people live their lives.
Yeah, let them be who they want to be and pray to whichever imaginary friend in the sky they want to pray to. It doesn't make any difference. They can't hear them.
Well said, guys, but I don't think the Wi-Fi in the refugee camp would be good enough to stream this show.
Yeah, but they'll have broadband at the re-education centres, won't they?
In which case, Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. We could do with the hits.
Do you really think that tortured, persecuted and victimised minorities and refugees give a toss about this show?
I suppose it's the least of their worries. Besides, I'm pretty sure the prisoners won't have the Wi-Fi password.
No, you're right. I wasn't thinking. If you're in one of the re-education camps, just get one of the guards to do it.
What? Oh, between the beatings, sterilisations and re-educating.
Okay, I get it. They've got a lot on. I'm just saying, when you get a minute.
Unbelievable.
Oh yeah, I know who this is.
Tina and Phil, you have a minute to guess who Royston is, starting from now.
Are you a man or a woman?
Man,
What nationality are you?
English.
What's your area of expertise?
Opening stuff.
Opening stuff? Stuff like what?
Supermarkets, museums, factories, gala dinners, you know, stuff like that.
Are you a giant pair of scissors?
No,
But you use giant pairs of scissors.
every so often, yes.
Ah, so you're a celebrity.
Yes,
A reality TV celebrity?
sort of.
Oh, I was going to say the Queen or Prince Charles, but I'm not sure now.
20 seconds.
Are you royal?
Yes.
Prince Andrew?
No, I'm not Prince Andrew. Even Prince Andrew don't admit to being Prince Andrew anymore.
Duke of Edinburgh? Oh, Prince Charles?
Prince William? Prince Harry?
Yeah, well done.
Well done, guys. Just under the wire. 2 points to Phil and Tina. This next round is a little round I like to call Whose House Did I Borrow This From? In my research for the show, I had to visit each of the panel's homes, and while there, I borrowed a little something from them, which I'll now reveal.
What?
You what?
Hang on.
The purpose of this round is for the panel to guess who owns what without revealing what they own. There are 5 items, and one of them is a red herring. Have you guys got that?
You stole from us.
You did what?
I can't believe you'd stoop so low.
I can.
Borrowed. Weren't you listening? It's for the purposes of the show. It's not like you weren't going to get them back.
What, you stole from us?
You ready to see what's under the cloth?
Hang on a second. I did not sign up for this.
None of you did. You don't have agents.
I had an agent. She just wasn't a very good agent.
Which is why she's back working at Starbucks.
You come round my house, planting and nicking stuff? That's just taking the piss.
Especially since you're not even covering expenses.
Expenses? You're the one sat on your ass in the comfort of your own home. I'm the one that's walking and talking to camera.
What? Aren't you guys getting expenses?
Bill's getting expenses.
Whoa, that's not entirely true.
You said I'd get expenses.
What I actually said was I'd owe you one.
So, how about you owe me expenses?
For what? You're at home doing your dishes. Tina looks like she's at home trying to figure out how to dodge her taxes. Ita's in her garden perfecting her day drinking. And Royston's stealing jobs from Eastern Europeans. They'd have had that car washed, waxed and valeted in 3 minutes for a £5.
It's the principle of the thing.
Okay, I get it. Okay, guys, can we talk about this after the show? It's really unprofessional to try and renegotiate halfway through.
Yeah, well, you might have had a point. Had there been a negotiation in the first place.
Come on, guys, you haven't even seen what's under the cloth yet.
Nope. Not until you agree to a renegotiation.
There's a strict budget on this show, and the only person getting paid is the host.
You're getting paid, and we're not.
Oh, no. It's a tiny amount. The producer's a right tight-fisted arsehole.
You're the producer!
He has his good points too. Oh, hold on a second. Let me just get this. Oh, it's the editor. Hello? Yeah? No, calm down. No, I was talking about the panellists. No. Whoa, what's with the attitude? What? Look, just remember, if it wasn't for me, you'd still be making TikTok videos in your bedroom. What are you going to do about it? So, as I was saying, the only person getting paid is the editor. Whoa! What are you doing?
Hey, if you're paying the editor, you're paying sound and vision as well.
Our day rates, mind, not mates' rates.
Come on, guys, we're mates, aren't we?
Once you say you'll pay our day rates.
Okay, fine, I'll pay. If you insist.
Yeah, we insist.
Our full day rates.
Full? Okay, fine.
Say it.
Come on, guys, you know I'm good for it.
Say it, or I'll beat you to death with my boom pole.
Okay, I'll pay the day rates. Jeez, I bet you wouldn't treat Lou Theroux like this. So anyway, as I was saying, the only people getting paid are the editor and the crew. I hope that makes you feel better. We're all getting screwed now.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but it kind of does.
Really, I don't mind being shafted. I just like being asked first.
Sounds like something they write on an invite to a swingers party.
Yeah, that, and please wipe down the equipment after use, I imagine. You know, I've never been to one.
I saw those exact same words laminated in a hotel gym once. Like Royston, I've never been to one.
Whoa!
I walked through several on the way to the buffet.
Hold on a second. Are you telling me you walked through an orgy to get to a buffet?
Not an orgy, a gym.
Yeah, I've walked through an orgy to get to a buffet.
I bet you nobody's even remotely surprised by that.
I was carb loading. I had a 10k at the weekend. I was allowed to slap and tickle, but no knocking boots, if you know what I mean.
Who goes to an orgy to eat at the buffet?
Apparently Phil does. Sounds like he likes extra salt on his nuts.
By extra salt, you mean semen, right? And whatever else is on the fingers of the attendees. Once they get a bit peckish.
Oh, that doesn't even bear thinking about.
Do you guys want to see what I borrowed from your homes, or what? Although, now I think about it, this may just drag the whole thing back in the same direction.
Oh, go on then. You've obviously gone to all that trouble.
Remember, the object of the game is to guess who owns what without revealing what you own. You'll get a point for every one you get right. Furry love cuffs, a remote control, a gimp mask, some hobnobs, and a dildo.
Oh, that's where they got to. I was looking for those the other day.
I knew I hadn't lost that. Oh, I just ordered another one off eBay yesterday.
I've been shoulder deep down the back of the sofa looking for that.
Are they my hobnobs?
Well, let's see, shall we? Royston, who do you think owns what?
Eater's the TV remote, Phil is the gimp mask, and Tina's the handcuffs.
If all that stuff came from our homes, God, we're a bunch of kinky so-and-sos.
Tina, you're up next. Who do you think owns what?
Phil is the gimp mask, Royston's the TV remote, and Eater is the hobnobs.
Very interesting.
I'm pretty sure you nicked most of those things from Phil's sex dungeon.
It's more of a shed at the bottom of the garden than a dungeon. It gets cold there in the winter, which is why I like to keep my hobnobs in there.
I don't know why, but I thought he was going to say nipple clamps.
Eater, you're up next. Who owns what?
I think it's safe to assume that Phil's a dildo, the cuffs are Tina's, and the TV remote's Royston's.
Making you the proud owner of the gimp mask or the hobnobs.
Or both.
And finally, Dungeon Master Phil. Who owns what?
Royston's the dildo, Eater's the gimp mask, and Tina's the handcuffs. We're all sexual adventurers.
Time to reveal who owns what. And the first thing I can tell you is the red herring is the hobnobs.
Why do I feel like I'm about to be out here?
Royston, would you like to explain why you own a dildo?
It was thrown at me on stage at a club I was performing in, and it stuck to the back wall of the stage. As the suction wore off, it got more laughs than me, so I've used it as a prop ever since.
And how long have you and Mr. Floppycock been together as a double act?
We've been together a year now, and you know, it's going well. I don't like splitting the cheque with him though.
Must make kids' parties awkward.
I hope you disinfected it first.
Now you said it, does explain the smell.
I was going to ask who brings a dildo to a comedy club. But truthfully, there's always a dick or two in the crowd.
I think you'll find is their natural habitat.
And they always shout the same thing.
Show
us your
tits!
Eater, you're up next. Who owns what?
Because of the humiliation, I'm having the hobnobs as compensation. The gimp mask is mine.
Care to elaborate?
Do I have to?
If you don't, you know the others will just make up stuff about you instead.
You wear the gimp mask to stop you eating the hobnobs.
See?
You keep bees, and you couldn't afford the hat part of the suit.
You wear it when you pop to Waitrose. It covers your mouth and nose.
Waitrose? Oh! A little more like. That's for the pop about dying on stage earlier.
The mask was left in a flat I rented a few years ago, and I didn't have a heart to throw it out. I've moved several times since then, and it's been with me ever since.
Here's us thinking you like kinky sex while squeezed into rubber, leather and latex. Turns out you're just a hoarder.
Come on, Eater. Get your act together. You're 17 cats away from being a cat lady.
All right, okay. I'll start shagging strangers in a car parks and restaurant toilets, squeezing into my PVC catsuit and going to wife-swapping parties. Anything to prevent me from turning into a cat lady or running a cat cafe.
The PVC catsuit thing sounds a little too specific to me.
She's clearly thinking about getting a cat. Or 5.
I hope you disinfected it.
I had it dry clean long ago.
So Phil, the rest of the panel clearly think you're some kind of sexual deviant, but you can turn it around by telling us the handcuffs are yours.
I'd love to, but the remote is mine, and I did order a second one. My husband and I had a blazing argument over it about which one of us lost it.
Oh, sorry, Phil. It's not going to end in divorce, is it?
No, but feelings were hurt, and I had to spend 2 nights on the sofa. And he's going to have to take back some of the really bitchy things he said to me when he sees this.
You're really going to milk it, aren't you?
Too bloody right I am. No one calls me a self-centred, sanctimonious drama queen without getting on their hands and knees naked as part of the apology.
So Tina, that means the handcuffs belong to you.
Yep, they do.
Care to explain?
Sure, yeah, no problem. So my husband and I have been married 10 years now, and we like to spice things up a little bit in the bedroom. So I lured a bin man to my house and got him naked, handcuffed him to the bed, and then waited for my husband to get home. And we told him exactly what we thought of him. I mean, they make such a racket with their early collections in the mornings.
Has that worked? Because I've got noisy bin men too.
Yeah, he didn't see sense initially. It did take smearing pedigree chum on his privates and our 2 German shepherds for him to see things our way.
I'm assuming leaving a polite note never worked?
Yeah. Now you mention it, that might have worked too.
Not as aggressive and needed a lot less planning. Unless you wanted to smear dog food on a bin man's balls.
Oh, good God, no. No, I didn't do it. I got him to do it himself. It's amazing what you can get a man to do if he thinks he's going to get laid.
Tell me about it. I agreed to host this show in the hopes of getting in the good books with a redhead from Reading.
How'd that work out for you?
Once we've recorded and edited the show, I'll let you know.
No, you won't. You'll get it commissioned and then hire better panellists.
Oh, come on. I wouldn't do that to you. The crew, maybe, but not you guys.
Yes, you would.
Yeah, all right, I would. Okay, at the end of that round and the end of the show, the final scores are Eater and Royston have 8 points. Phil and Tina have 9 points.
Oh,
Phil and Tina, your prize for winning is if this show gets commissioned, you get to come back as my entourage.
Oh, really? I'd rather be on Bargain Hunt.
I'd rather be a butt-naked background extra on Game of Thrones.
Would you settle for a butt-naked background extra on Bargain Hunt?
The pay's got to be better than this.
To the losers, Eater and Royston, we have a collection of books by the former Top Gear trio of Jeremy Clarkson, Richard Hammond and James May.
Look out, Music Magpie. Here we come.
No. You keep them. I don't want any books by the Top Gear Tossers, thank you very much.
Now, don't be so hasty. should there be another round of panic buying in the supermarket because of another lockdown, anything by that trio can be used to wipe your arse with, including their DVDs. I've been Rodney Beckford, you've been watching The Lowest Common Denominator, and good night!
Guys, I have a question.
Seriously, there's no money. It's all going to the crew and the editor. You're all doing this for the love of the arts.
You call this art?
I went to drama school for lines like thunder, turd, poo. I mean, that's going to take some serious Shakespearean to get over.
Yeah, it's still better than trying to be funny over Zoom.
Well, it's nice to use your broadband for something other than Netflix or porn.
What's the question, Royston?
My floppy cocks is made of silicone rubber. Do you think they'll dry clean it?